welcome to the stage, Amy Birks. I didn't use your middle name, though. But are we using that in the book? I think of you as Amy Birks.
Yeah, Amy
but
Birks.
Your middle name is printed on my cheat sheet.
Well, that's okay.
That's, I think, or your maiden name. I think
It
it's...
also became my middle name, too. It did.
There you go. So, Amy, everybody wants a hustle-free business. There's a lot of entrepreneurs who are watching this who think, well, if I have a book, then people will magically find me. I won't have to hustle anymore.
Right.
What do you mean by hustle-free business? What can they learn in your book?
Oh, man. Okay, so hustle-free business to me means that you can grow and get the results that you really want, the results that really matter to you, without it having to be hard, without having to feel like you're bashing yourself in the head all day long, trying to figure out what the formulas are to follow, what the blueprints are that'll work for you. It's about knowing who you are, what your values and your intentions are, and using those as a filter to create the results that really matter to you in your business.
It does not mean you get to sit on your couch and watch Netflix and make money.
Not so much.
Oh.
No, unfortunately.
Come up with that book.
Right?
I think there's get rich quick. Lay on your couch, watch Netflix, make millions. Oh my goodness. All right. Hi, all of Amy's fans. You guys are going crazy in Facebook right now. Put your names and your cities in so we know where you're from. All right. So I'm going to ask you a question. I have so many of them here. I'm fumbling a little bit today. What for you was the most difficult part of book writing, of the book writing process, and how did you overcome it?
Wow, that is such a great question. The most difficult part of writing the book was thinking that I was going to somehow be a different person and use all the time expansively to do all the writing, and then finally, like 3 days before the manuscript was due, knowing that, wow, I'm only halfway through right now, and perhaps I'm not the person who...
This was the difficult part.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's tell people about this. Amy came in guns a-blazing. She wrote about half of her book in the first week or something ridiculous. Then told everybody about it. So everyone knew. She was go to the head of the class. Everybody give Amy an A. And then, was it that your in-laws came in town or your baby got sick? Something happened.
Yeah, no, we came here to the East Coast. I live in California. We came east to visit family and to celebrate my baby little boopy August, first birthday, who is, I hope, watching right now. And it was 2 weeks away, and I was like, it's going to be perfect. We're going to go. We're going to have time. Everybody's going to hold the baby. I won't have to worry, and I'll have plenty of time to work and write. And then we all got the norovirus.
Oh, that's what it was, the norovirus.
Oh my gosh, that stuff is bad news. It's the worst. And so everybody got sick. All my helpers, all my arms, everybody was sick. And what happened was the baby got sick first, I got sick second, and then everybody else was sick. And so I had to take care of everybody and just couldn't do my writing. And so I am also not someone who is good at like saying, well, I'm going to do writing this week, and then this week, and then this week, and then this week. That's just not me.
You knew you were going to do it in big bursts.
No, I thought I was going to be that other person. I thought I was going to like change and do my writing over the course of time, and it would be spacious and beautiful and lovely, and I could take baths and go for walks.
Maybe a cabin in Maine is included.
All of those things, and of course then life happens, and I am the queen of procrastination, and then like night before it was due, I was like, what time is the deadline? Is it 11:59 p.m. that night?
Because I believe you said, is it East Coast time or West Coast time? We actually had that.
I got that clarification too. So being the person, like trying to do something that wasn't me created a whole lot of stress on me, and it probably made your life a little harder too, because you were...
Oh no, I knew all that.
Okay, awesome.
That's how it goes. That's why I teach the author mojo step. I'm like, this is not like... We all love Ted Herman. You can have a 90-day year. This isn't when we're going to learn new productivity techniques. This is when we're going to leverage how you do things. So one of the things that I say to authors is like, okay, if Bill Gates called you tomorrow and said, we'd really like you to do something for the Gates Foundation, but we need a 100-slide PowerPoint deck tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., you would do it. You would totally do it.
I could do that.
Right.
I could do. Right. But if he'd called me 3 months before... he might as well have just called me the night before.
Right. So this is what I say. Call yourself the night before, or however you work. We also have authors. I'm going to put all this nonsense down. But we also have authors who, I have this one author who has a chronic illness. And she can only sit upright at her computer for about 15 minutes at a time. So we broke her book up into 15-minute writing assignments, and she wrote 15 minutes a day. That's great. That's never going to work for me, but I'm not going to teach her how to spend 8 hours holding a baby while at a laptop either. You have to be who you are right now and leverage that.
Totally. Well, and that's so funny because that's the premise of this book too, is like being able to say, this is who I am. Like, I know what my values are. I know what my intentions are. I know what my trajectory is. I know where I want to go. And every decision that you make in your business gets filtered through those values and intentions. So if you are someone who effing hates replying to emails, then don't direct people to your inbox to come find you, right? If you don't like writing copy, then don't write copy. There are so many other opportunities and things that you can do that fit better for you. So know yourself, and it just works easier that way.
Yeah, you don't have to push a boulder uphill. Amy Birks is the author of Hustle Free Business. You can get it on Amazon. My guess is your book is now in Denver, Martha's Vineyard, San Diego, Colorado, Greece, Idaho, Toronto, and New York City, because all them's people is here. So hello if you're from one of those cities. Erica wants to know if you had to overcome the fear of being seen, the fear of being visible. So that was a perfect question for Amy. That might have come up once or twice.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I feel you. And so the fear of being seen. Wow, gosh, that's such a great question. I actually talk about this some in my book. One of the things, I think the biggest takeaway from my work with Angela, or with you, with Angela. With this third party here, is the idea that I actually had to become the person who has done all of the things that I want to do. So the big epic mission that I've got in my life, which is to make a huge, huge difference in the world by helping you make the difference that you're here to make, that required me to be different. And part of that is being seen. And so one of the things that I decided that I just absolutely had to do, even though it makes me a little bit want to vomit, which I also talk about in the book, is get up every single day and be on Facebook. And so I do a Facebook Live every single morning at 9:45 just to show up so that I can be there for you guys, so that I can be there for me, so that I can practice being this person who has already done all the things that I'm here to do in this lifetime.
Clocked in for business. I love it. So if you tried to write this book on your own, what do you think would have been different about the book itself, about you, anything?
Gosh, that's a great question. It wouldn't have gotten done. That's. I mean, it just wouldn't have gotten done. Like, we wouldn't be standing here today. I mean, having the support and guidance, not only of like everybody in the group, the cohort, all these wonderful people, your team and everything, but having you as a mentor who has been through this, who has seen all the ups and downs, who has done it not only for yourself, but for so many people, who has a proven process, is so reassuring. And so, going into it, I don't think that I knew that I was going to get a book, it was going to be great, it was going to be published, it would help my business, all of those things are wonderful, and I was going to have a process that would be organized for my business, but I never really anticipated, I knew that I was going to change and things were going to be good and things were going to be different for me, but I never anticipated how monumental and powerful the changes for me personally would be, really changing who I am and allowing me to be this, the person that you see standing in front of you right now. And so I don't really remember what your question was,
well, this is my follow-up question, because it's nice that you said that stuff about me, but I also want you guys to hear, if you're thinking about a book to help people, now I'm going to ask Amy the follow-up question, which is, where do you think your clients would be if they had the goal that they had when they met you, but they didn't hire you?
Yeah, I almost want to not even answer that, because I know so many of you guys from Team Awesome are on the live stream right now, and I bet that some of you guys could answer in the comments. So feel free to share what your thoughts are, but I know that they would not be getting the kind of results that they are getting right now without me doing this process, committing to this, committing to getting my epic mission out in the world, committing to being a powerful oh, I just want to
transformative agent of awesomeness.
Right, exactly. All of those things. And so it ripples out. It's not just about me. It's about how I'm able to impact the people in my life and how they're able to impact their clients in the world as a result. That's my epic mission. And so the idea that this book and this process has been able to create that has been the absolute best. And I hope that my clients are commenting.
Chatting away. I mean, here's the thing. So many people come to me and they're like, yeah, I want to have an active consulting business. I want to have an active coaching business. I want to create change in people's lives. And then we talk about them working with me and they're like, yeah, I don't really know if I want to invest in that. I think I can do it on my own. And I'm like, well, then that's what all the people who are calling you are going to say, right? There's no other alternative. If you aren't showing up for your book the way you would want people to show up for their businesses, they're not going to find you. They're not even, it's not like they're going to think you're a jerk. They're just not even going to see you.
Right. It's simple resonance. That's just as easy as that. It's energy, and it's just, this is like the fact that I have been able to stand next to you, virtually stand next to you for the last couple of months and learn from you and see how you operate in your business allows me to stand differently in my business, which allows my clients to stand differently in their business, which does the same for their clients. And that's how we change the world. That's how we change the world.
Yes, I knew this would be a fun one to end on. Okay, I have so many questions for you, but everybody loves you, but we knew that. So I'm going to tell a little story before we wrap up. We're going to be done here just a couple minutes after 2. But I have to say, one of the things I have our authors do is to create an ideal reader. And then when I read their assignments, I get into character as their ideal reader. So I'm pretending to be, so I know all of their ideal readers intimately. It's some version of their ideal reader. But I know who's reading this book. And so I feel very connected to our ideal reader. So I need to do a shout out to Yola. So Yola said, if you had to do anything differently, what would you do differently? And are you ready for your next book? And I just want to say, Yola, I love you. I don't know if you're going to be her next ideal reader, but I feel like the last 3 months you and I have been hanging out tight.
Yola is like the #1 fan of the Amy Birks.
She's ready for your next book. What is it?
Totally. Well, we'll talk about that later. Maybe tomorrow. We'll get there. Right. We'll get there.
We have a fancy New York publisher in the house. We have a live studio audience here today. So we can't, release all those secrets with ears in the room. Amy, you do have a gift for your readers. What is that and how do they get it?
Yes, I do. I have an awesome toolkit of resources that accompany the book. There are so many cool things in there, including my favorite is the Uncover Your Strategy Masterclass, which is going to be amazing. The whole purpose of the book is to help you get everything that you need to create a strategy to grow and get the results that really matter to you without having to take a ball peen hammer to your head to do it. And the Uncover Your Strategy Masterclass is like the best tool of the bunch to help you get there and to create the strategy.
Are you doing it live with the first people, or is it recorded?
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
I think you should do it live for the first people, but only for people who sign up today. Where do they go?
They can go to...
do you know? We're going to send you the link.
Yeah, I do know.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you.